beef and lamb surging in popularity among Australian consumers as prices decline. Farmers are selling their poorest stock for as little as a few dollars a head, as meat markets continue their freefall. And in some cases, individual animals are failing to sell and are being put down at sale yards. Sheep prices have been sliding for months, and this week fell to levels not seen in many years. It has been a dramatic downturn in fortunes for sheep producers, who less than 3 years ago were celebrating record lamb and mutton prices. Currently, adult sheep bound for abattoirs are selling for an average of $40 a head, but, in some cases, they are fetching less than $10 a head. In Ballarat this week, a line of Dorper lambs from western New South Wales with skin affected by grass seed that creates problems at processing sold for as little as $1 a head. In the worst cases, farmers are making a substantial loss because the yard and transport fees are outstripping sale prices. That's not counting the cost of breeding and feeding those animals. It's created fears some farmers may be forced to shoot sheep and bury them in pits, in scenes reminiscent of the wool crisis in the early 1990s. Domestic consumers are increasingly putting red meat in their trolley as retail prices push back against the inflation trend being seen more generally at the supermarket checkout. In the previous 12 weeks to August 13, MLA said retail prices for beef and lamb declined significantly, following a trend that's continued throughout 2023, demonstrating that the fall in livestock prices has started to impact the price paid at the checkout. The performance of Australian beef and lamb in the domestic market remains solid, with both proteins growing in sales volume and overall value, MLA said in its release. MLA's General Manager of Marketing and Insights, Nathan Lowe, said for beef, data from Nielsen IQ Homescan had reported 7.1% growth in volume in the last quarter. For lamb, Nielsen IQ showed a 7.3% reduction in the price consumers are paying compared to a year ago, which is supporting a 12.4% increase in volume of lamb purchased at the cash register. Lamb had seen a boom in purchases in recent months, as consumers noticed its falling price and jumped on the opportunity to purchase a high-quality and nutritious protein, Mr. Lowe said. The price reduction is translating to increased purchasing frequency for several cuts. This is especially the case for the most popular cuts like lamb legs and chops, which are up 20% in volume compared to 1 year ago, Mr. Lowe said. Producing retail meat requires investment in energy costs, transport and freight costs, labor costs, packaging and disposal costs, retailer margins, processor margins, PPE, and hygiene, all of which have increased in price over the last year, along with almost everything else. Consumers need a degree of certainty for their shopping basket, and retailers smooth the retail pricing impact over the longer term, rather than sharply increase or decrease the price of meat in accordance with livestock prices.